Alright, Shalom. Starting off with all praises and glorification is given up to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, meaning all praises and glorification is given to the Most High Heavenly Father, who is the highest power, the only power, and the creator of all to exist, Yahweh. In Hebrew translation, Yah meaning he, Hawa meaning to be or to exist, and the name of Yahweh Shai, who the word ignorantly refers to Jesus Christ and called Jesus Christ, that is the Most High's firstborn, first begotten Son, that is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, who in the glorious image of Yahweh is the Redeemer and Savior of gods, who the world ignorantly called gods, or Yahweh's only chosen people, which is the nation of the 12 tribes of Israel, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, also wherever the holy seed is scattered abroad throughout the planet Earth. In addition, I'm going to go ahead and give double honors to the elders of GMS, the men that labor and that rule well, the men that have been deemed from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, or I'd rather say by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, to be the men honorable enough to receive the true, thorough, sound doctrine and understanding of the Holy Scriptures within the Holy Bible. And also, salutations, much love, props, honors to you men out there, you brothers that labor in the spirit of faith, truth, sincerity, that retain that same sound doctrine through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai down from our elders of this true understanding of the Holy Bible, the correct sound doctrine. Alright? Now, I want to go ahead and begin to this lesson. The subject topic is going to be the true understanding of the 666 mark of the beast, which is a real heavy topic, real spiritual topic. And I'm going to try to make it real to the point, real simple. Now, I'm not going to do the whole entire video right now. I'm going to take an intermission and continue the video later on today, because I'm real tired as hell right now. But I'm going to just go ahead and try to bring out the main points, make it fluent, make it meticulous, make it concise, and easy to understand as much as possible. This lesson is going to basically bring forth the true understanding of what is the actual 666 mark of the beast. And the answer is the true actual 666 mark of the beast. You got the conspiracy world, you got the Bible thumpers, people that think they understand the Bible but don't actually know the Bible, that say the mark of the beast is one thing, that it's a sanction, this embargo, that it's Christianity, okay, that it's sleeping with white women or heathen women that are not of the nation of Israel, which all those things are nonsense. It's all BS. That's all false, man. It's all falsehood. It's all falsehoods. It's not true. Just basically just all BS. Is bullshit. Okay, now excuse my language, but I'm just speaking it real bluntly. That's the case. That's the truth. That's why I'm looking like, how can you believe in such stupidity, man? But in all actuality, and all straightforward to the point, the 666 mark of the beast is the radio frequency identification microchip. That is the mark of the beast. The RFID microchip is the 666 mark of the beast. And we know that 666 is usually the barcode, the universal product code, that barcode you see on back of whatever package of a product, the box, the bag, or whatever you purchase in stores. You got the barcode in the back. When you add it up, you calculate it and it adds up to 666 in numerical code. Pretty much it's going to be embedded within that mark of the beast. The 666 mark of the beast is going to be on that RFID microchip. And if I'm not mistaken, the number 666 has a symbolic meaning of Babylon itself, man. Because Babylon is that fourth beast, the fourth empiring kingdom, which the beast in Daniel's the 7th chapter represents kingdoms. And the mark of the beast, the mark of this kingdom, as ruled by the so-called white man, the beast, the fourth beast, being the dragon with the 7 heads and 10 horns, with the whore on top. And to be more detailed about it, the red dragon, which symbolizes Rome, rulership, dominion, by the so-called white race, as I more like to say so in a correct term, the Caucasian race, or the biblical nationality, or the biblical nation of Edom, the Edomites, okay, Adawamyam, Edomites. Now, the reason why I say Caucasian, because not all so-called white people are Edomites. For a perfect example, you got East Indians in Northeast India that call themselves Aryans, the original Aryans, that have blonde hair and green eyes and pale skin, but really they derive from dark-ass, Negroid-looking Elamites. Elamites are the biblical nation of the East Indians, the Persians, the Pakistanians, Afghanistanians, the Bangladeshis, Sri Lankans over there going towards the Far East Asia. Alright? Because you got the nation of Ishmael and other Shemitic people that are not of the nation of Elam, that are Arabs throughout the Middle East, but in particular Elam is that nation over there in the Middle East. And you got among them some that look like they're Caucasian, but they're not Caucasian. That proves that all white people are not actually white, just like all black people are not actually black, because you got dark-skinned Aboriginals, dark-skinned East Indians. They're not of the nation of Israel. They don't come and derive from the same physiotype as us. We don't have the same genetics in us. Okay, but that's not really the point. I'm just putting it out there of bringing forth the understanding of what who the nation of Edom is, being the Caucasian race, who is the physical incarnation of Satan or Shaitan in the flesh, and that's not opinion. That's according to scriptures. Okay, now they're the ones who have this fourth beast in their dominion. That's why the dragon is red, because the word Edom in Hebrew means red. Adawan means red, and that's the so-called white man's nationality. That's these Caucasians' nationality, according to the Bible, because they're not actually white. That's why we always say so-called white. They're actually red when you look at them, since they lack what you call the chemical agent known as melatonin or melanin, which enables for when sun or certain forms of light, that when he reacts to contact with your flesh, it makes your skin tone grow darker, because it so to speak heats up and so-called burns it, it tans it, and as a protection your skin grows actually darker brown. But since the white man, the so-called white man, lacks melatonin, he turns red, he gets burnt up. Now I'm going to say this real quick too. A lot of Israelites that look like Edomites, a lot of them when they're in the sun, they might get a little suntan here and there, but what actually occurs, which another good indicator to prove that they're Israelites or even not of the nation of Edom, their seed line doesn't derive back to Esau, the forefather or the progenitor of the Caucasian race by the nation of Edom, okay, by the name of the nation of Edom. These so-called white people that are really Israelites of other nations, they actually get tanned after they get a little sunburn. Okay, like them Italians, them Guidos. A lot of them Sicilian Italians are Israelites. When they're in the sun, they might get a little red. Then when it kicks in, that melanin kicks in, they get darker brown. Some even get to the tone of Mexicans and Salvadorians and Guatemalans over there in Central America. They get to those tones, like those indigenous Hispanic Mexicans, Guatemalans and Salvadorians over there. Shit, Jersey Shore member, I think, what's his name? The DJ, Paulie D or whatever. He looks like a damn Salvadorian, man, with the spiky ass hair, long pointy nose, like one of them indigenous Indian Salvadorians. And yeah, like I said, the nation of Israel consists of Negroes, Latinos, and natives. The Hispanics are Israelites as well too. But not to beat around the bush, touch on the point about it. You can touch on a whole bunch of stuff right now. That's the mark of the beast, man. And the mark of the beast is under the influence of the so-called white man, starting mainly with the elite bankers, the ones who run and pull all the strings, who's actually having dominion, who's domineering their rulership of this fourth beast, which is known as the elite families, the elite so-called Jew banking families, these imposter Jews pursuant to Revelation 3 and 9. They claim they are Jews but are not, and I will worship the true Jews pursuant to Jeremiah 14 and 2, which are the Negroes. They will worship us in the kingdom of heaven according to the glorification of Yahweh in the name Yahweh Shah. Now the Rothschild family are the top of these 13 elite Jewish banking families. You got that old quote from Meyer Amschel Bauer Rothschild, the beginner of the Rothschild family, which the term Rothschild, the word Rothschild is how you actually say it in the correct pronunciation. He basically made that statement when they came into power that he cared not who controls or he cares not who's ruling a so-called nation, who's so-called in control, who's that figurehead, that mascot, the president, the tyrant or whatever. But he that controls the money, he's going to really pull all the strings. Because you think you could go ahead and do what you want to do if you become a president here in America. Yeah, right. You'll be made a perfect example like JFK. They JFK your ass. Now, these Rothschilds, they deal directly with Satan, man. As the scripture goes, I believe in Psalms, the 63rd or 64th chapter, it'll let you know inside Psalms, the 63rd, 64th chapter, that the wicked, referring to the nation of Edom, pursuing to Malachi, the 1st chapter, I believe the 4th verse, which is the nation of Edom, they're the biblical term wicked, according to the Bible. And the word wicked, according to the Bible, just means a sinner. When you correlate scriptures to bring forth the understanding what the word wicked means in the Bible. The wicked being the Caucasian race, starting with the elite Rothschilds, they deal with these secret councils to where they communicate with the spiritual entity Satan, which gives them understanding of how to basically fuck up the earth and to make even more wickedness be basically permeated throughout the earth, to release that vibration of immoral conductivity, senseless actions, of vanity, of perversion, of false balance, unjustifiable actions and deeds, wicked, hateful, spiteful deeds, etc. Man, we see that here in upon the earth, primarily here in America, wherever the so-called white man lays his foot down in dominion, which is pretty much all across the face of the earth. You know, to be honest about it, to you coons out there that don't believe the white man rules everything, he does, man. Why is this freaking embassies in every country? Why are these American and U.S. European embassies in every single country upon the face of the earth? Now, let me see. Pretty much, they had their foot down, and the elite Rothschilds, they're the ones that received this understanding of how they're going to set up this mark of the beast, the 666 mark of the beast, this item, the RFID microchip, how it's going to basically be pushed upon the earth. And it's going to be pushed through this Obamacare, which is why we had this up right here. Bring this forth. The HR 3962 bill, 111 Congress first session, to provide affordable quality health care for all Americans and reduce the growth in health care spending and for other purposes. This health care bill, man, Obamacare. Now, the HR bills are passed out by executive orders by the president, and by executive order, that's something that can be brought to the Senate seat of the Congress or whatever, to where they all band together and they're able to do a number of votes to veto a certain proposition as a new rule or law the president wants to bring forth, a new mandate the president wants to bring forth. Well, through executive orders, it can be brought directly into power, because it's something that's established according to as an add-on to the Bill of Rights here in America, man. Okay. So what they're going to go ahead and do with this healthcare bill is make it mandatory that real soon everybody has to go through Obama healthcare if you want to deal with the healthcare services throughout America. And basically it's going to be required, mandatory to get Obamacare any goddamn way, real soon. I believe by January the 1st, they're saying if you don't do it, you're going to be you have to pay a penalty. There's going to be some cutting in these future to come income taxes starting around next year, 2014. That is, if we even go into the year 2014. All right, which I believe so we are. Maybe, Lord willing, we don't. We hope the kingdom of heaven comes sooner, that America and the white man's rulership is brought down. So-called white man rulership is brought down. But it has to play out systematically how the Most High is going to destroy its rulership. And he's doing it right now by having this HR bill 3962 passed through, which contains the RFID microchip inside here, as something that's listed inside here, which makes it so-called convenient for you to go ahead and to deal with this healthcare service. Though it's not going to say the 66 mark of the beast in this HR 3962 bill that we're about to read, cutting to the main parts about this, to bring forth the truth, to help you understand how the mark of the beast is inside of this bill right here. It's not going to say the mark of the beast RFID microchip 666, but it's going to say it in hidden, surreptitiously, covertly inserted words, man. And we're going to pinpoint with certain articles, as we got right here, these this tab up, which I expect you brothers that are studying right now to have your tabs up. We're going to go to the FDA website, fda.gov, the RFID Canada, who produces a lot of the RFID microchips. We're even going to go ahead and go to wikipedia.org. We're going to look up contactless payment. Because this 666 mark of the beast is coming, man. As you can see right here, you know, a little something I put together. The 666 mark of the beast is coming. You got videos on the internet that's proving that the mark of the beast is here today. It's already here. It's pretty much being put in people nowadays on a small marginal scale. They're trying to make it seem innocent. It's for your protection, to track your child, or you, if you go missing, your pet if it goes missing, to prevent kidnaps and all that. To go ahead and to pretty much in the future to come to have for your health, for health services. We're going to touch on that in a second, man. Let's just go ahead and get into this lesson. Now, HR 3962, as we read, is the healthcare bill. The first page we're going to go to, you brothers can type in right here the page number. I'm going to just scroll down. We're going to go to page 1502 or page 1502. Again, I say page 1502, 1502. And basically we're going to go ahead and start off around, the 8th verse, and I'm going to end at whatever verse sums up the point. Okay, this is going to bring direct understanding. Even though it's hidden, it's going to bring forth direct understanding that this is inside this mandate right here, this mandatory mandate, that the RFID is up in here, man. That's the mark of the beast. And how else could it not be the mark of the beast? Well, all these things it enables you to do. Like I said, we're going to bring it out. Right here, page 1502, the 8th verse, it says, National Medical Device Registry. The Secretary shall establish a National Medical Device Registry, and its subsection referred to as the registry. Who is the Secretary? It's referring to the Presidential Secretary, Obama Secretary, which like his Vice President is an Edomite, is a devil, and in fact it's a she devil. It's a fucking devil bitch. You know, excuse my language. But just know this, that if the Rothschilds, they puppeteer Obama and whoever else, he's just a figurehead and mascot, they're going to give orders to him. He's going to give orders to her, to the Secretary. Okay? It's going to talk about whatever she wants to establish and all that. Nah, it's talking about what the elites, through the power of through the order of Satan, based not power, but the order of Satan wants to establish. The Secretary shall establish a National Medical Device Registry, in its subsection referred to as the registry, to facilitate analysis of post-market safety and outcomes data on each covered device. In its subsection, the term covered device shall include each Class 3 device and may include, as the Secretary determines appropriate and specifies in regulation, a Class 2 device that is life supporting or life sustaining. So, first of all, what is a medical Class 2 device and a medical Class 3 device? A medical Class 3 device is a medical Class 3 device, if I'm not mistaken, it could be a pacemaker, it could be a breast implant, etc. That's if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's what a medical Class 3 device is. But a medical Class 2 device, under the banner of medical Class 2 device, you have what you call the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast, the 666 mark of the beast, which we're going to prove that right now. It says a Class 2 device that is life supporting or life sustaining. Alright. Right here is the FDA website. It says guidance for industry and FDA staff. Class 2 special controls guidance document. Implantable radiofrequency transponder system for patient identification and health information. Now going to the background of this, it says the guidance document was developed as a special control guidance to support the classification of the implantable radio frequency transponder system for patient identification and health information into Class 2 special controls. Okay, Class 2 device, Class 2 special controls. The device is intended to enable access to secure patient identification and corresponding health information to humans. So that's this mark of the beast, man. The mark of the beast is this radio frequency transponding device. That's how it could transfer information, by radio frequencies. How you had the satellite, it transfers information through its radio frequencies. It signals its frequency from the satellite in space down to your satellite antenna here on Earth for whatever location that's receiving that signal from. Now going to RFID Canada, you go to RFID Canada and go into the products. You go and look to the products, low frequency, high frequency. Go to low frequency, go to tags and all that. You come across right here this glass tag, or really this RFID microchip. To say it verbatim, the 12mm class encapsulated mini transponders operate at 134.2 kHz. I forget how you pronounce that abbreviation. Support ISO 18,002 blah 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 blah, and it says global livestock ID standards and are durable enough for use in applications including tool, medical instruments, package and inventory tracking, safe enough to use in fish and livestock tracking and pet identification. And guess what? Guess who's the livestock? It ain't just animals, it's humans. All right. So pretty much, we read how it could be used as a medical device for health information right here, giving you information through this RFID microchip. It has radio frequency and all that, man. And that's within the HR 3962. The secretary could go ahead and put however she wants, according to her determined idea, which you know it's gonna come from Obama, but it's gonna come from his puppet masters, the Rothschild family, through their demonic spiritual counselor Satan. And this device that they're gonna go ahead and say put out, class 2 device that is light supporting or light sustaining, is the mark of the beast, the 666 mark of the beast, the radio frequency identification microchip. Now, what can a RFID microchip do? How can it sustain life, and how is it light supporting or light supporting and light sustaining? Well, if it could transfer information through its radio frequency, guess what? Identification. It's a form of identification. Identification means something that attributes to you personally, that lets you know details about you, that basically pinpoints or specifies only towards you in detail. That lets other people know, okay, this is referred to this person right here, because it has these certain personal attributes about this person right here that only adheres to this person, only sticks with this person. So this ID and the RFID microchip, the information is going to be inside here. It's going to have your first name, your last name, your middle name. If you're married, a female, your maiden name, the name of your father, your original traditional last name. If you ever got your name changed before, you had a name change. Your first name before was Tyler, last name Stevens. You changed your last name to Dylan Carmichael and all that. That's going to be on this RFID microchip. It's going to have your name, your first name, your last name. It's going to have your height. It's going to have how much you weigh, how many pounds you are. Sounding like your average typical ID for whatever state you in. Your California ID, your Tennessee ID, your Michigan ID, etc., man. Okay? Besides all that, that's going to be on there. It's going to have even more personal information on there, man. Because this is dwelling to the health world, light sustaining, light supporting. It's going to have your medical history on there, man. It's going to have all historical reference to any past history you had dealing with the hospital. You ever had any hospital visits? You ever been issued into the hospital because of an injury before? It's got personal health information about you, such as what you're allergic to, certain ailments, certain disformities about yourself, certain things that you've been through. Say if you ever been under an operation before, you have any artificial ligaments within inside of you, artificial parts within inside of you, like a pacemaker, like you got a plastic knee inside of your body, within your limb and all that, man. All that's going to be inside that RFID microchip as a cross reference towards your health history. And the reason why it's so convenient, reason why it's so expediently convenient, is because, say for example, if you're a diabetic and you're passed out because you had a seizure, well, once the hospital sends forth that paramedic, them EMTs are coming and gap your ass on up. They're gonna put you off into the ambulance. They're gonna go ahead, scan your RFID microchip, whether it be in your right hand or your forehead or your right arm. All right. They're gonna go ahead and see your medical history. What kind of illness does this person have? Is he diabetic? Does he have a high blood pressure? Does this person right here, does he have a schizophrenia? Oh, okay, so now we know why he's passed out. Because his only medical history of problems, his only ailment, his only infirmity is being a diabetic. So we're going to go ahead and give him insulin to keep his ass alive and to save him. They make it sound and seem good. They make it seem good. But it's not good though, man. We're going to have all your information on here. It's going to all be on this one single chip. No more worrying about having your separate identification card, your ID. No more having to worry about your separate debit card, your credit card, your Medicare card. It's going to all be on this microchip. It's going to all be on this RFID microchip. So that's life support and that's life sustaining. Because you could be in an emergency such as that, and guess what? It's going to be a great excuse to use that RFID microchip to check your medical history. Though it make it seem good, it's not good though. Because if you take this chip, it's really marking the symbolization of you bound down before this beast, before Satan. And God's going to kill you if you accept that mark of the beast pursuant to Revelations, the 14th chapter. But I digress from that. How is this life supporting, life sustaining? For one thing, the RFID microchip is life support, life sustaining because you're going to be able to purchase food. You're going to be able to go ahead and to make payments for your house note, your utilities, your rent. All right, for payments for your grocery budget. When they go ahead and knock down this dollar, when the economy worldwide crashes, what's going to be newly inserted? The RFID microchip system, man. All currency is going to be dealing with value, computer data, digital informational transferring through this microchip. This is fat devil passing by. I don't know. Yeah, what's up, man? Be at peace as much as possible with all men. The scripture says that, man. Y'all want to cuss his ass out, or you waving your hand at? But anyway, it's going to be life support and life sustaining because you have a house, you have a roof and a house basically around you, roof over your head. You better put groceries in your refrigerator to keep you, your wife, and your children all fed, to keep yourself fed, to keep your little children fed. That's how this is life sustaining and life supporting, man. All by this medical class 2 device, which has as a subcategory the radio frequency identification microchip, the RFID microchip. Now, we'll stop right there at that 17th verse. Let's go ahead and go to page 1505 at the 13th verse on this HR 3962. Executive HR bill. Again, on page 1505, verse 13 to 18. It says in this paragraph, the term data refers to information respecting a covered device, including claims data, patient survey data, standardized analytic files that allow for the pooling and analysis of data from disparate data environments, electronic health records, and any other data deemed appropriate by the secretary. So pretty much, the term data, the data, basically, when you use the term data, how it said it's referring to this, that, and the third. All the data, all it's basically referred to is pretty much personal information that they could go ahead and take as for billing, man. Say you in a hospital, you unconscious, you got to go through a surgery. They're gonna go ahead and take the money off your RFID microchip from your account that's on there. Remember, your new debit and credit card is gonna all be on that RFID microchip. It's gonna have the information on there to see if you have the payment to pay for going under the knife or being cared for whatever amount of days you're gonna be issued, basically enlisted into the hospital, so to say. All right. So it's gonna basically have your insurance information on there. Now, let me read again. It says, includes claims data, patient survey data, standardized analytic files that allow for the pulling and analysis of data from the disparate data environments, electronic health records, and any other data deemed appropriate by the secretary, right? So you got linked data. That's data that goes directly to your bank account. That's data that goes directly to your bank account, man. Like I said, they want to go ahead and see if you got the amount of money on your account. Okay, this person, they're assured, do they got the limited amount of money to go ahead and we take the transaction while they're unconscious to basically do this emergency surgery to take these bullets out of this guy's chest and back and all that. Okay, he has the money on there. We're gonna go ahead and carry this out. You know. Let me see. The next page we're gonna go ahead and go into is page 1506, the 14th verse, which is the next page on this HR bill. To permit analysis of linked data may require covered device manufacturers to submit such other information as is necessary to facilitate post-market assessments of device safety and effectiveness on notifications of device risk. So that linked data, that's going directly to your bank account, man. Alright, we continue back on at a different location from the former location because as I was saying before, I was going to go ahead and recontinue at a different time. Just to abandon the old former location where I was at in the prior parts of this lesson, because you got people over there right now and it's getting to business hours. But you know, I want to go ahead and continue on to fulfillment of this lesson, touching on the RFID microchip and touching on the correlation with the scriptures as in these governmental authorized, official, certified documents, informational documents that pretty much prove the relations of hand in hand, how they both operate the same according to scriptures, according to what it says the RFID microchip does, the program that ensues the microchip to take its purpose and to take its effect of what it's capable of doing. Prove that in this lesson. And the last part we was touching on is in the HR bill 3962. About how it's going to be mandatory in Obamacare, which is this guideline with the side that HR 3962 healthcare bill is pretty much touching on that. And so going back to verse 14, it says to permit analysis of linked data may require covered device manufacturers to submit such other information as is necessary to facilitate post-market assessments of device safety and effectiveness and notification of device risk. So basically it's saying that this item, this RFID microchip, pretty much is able to transfer linked data, whatever data that's attached to that microchip. So with that, you could go ahead, that renders it capable of making it possible to have consumer purchases towards items, towards products. Okay, you're able to go ahead and consume products. You're able to purchase items, whether it be a physical item or whether you're paying a bill. You're paying your house note, your utility bill, your phone bill, your car insurance, whatever it may be. So you got people out there, you got atheists that come up against the Bible, You got Israelites that don't push that sound doctrine that the microchip is the 666 mark of the beast, and they say otherwise, that you can't use the RFID microchip to buy or sell. But here's otherwise right here on the Most High Blessed Truly Wikipedia.org from Esau's own mouth to prove that that's not the case, what these other guys are saying. So when you go to Google, you Google up contactless payment Wikipedia, and this will pop up right here. So contactless payment from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Contactless payment systems are credit cards and debit cards, key fobs, smart cards, or other devices that use radio frequency identification for making secure payments. The embedded chip, what is that chip? The RFID microchip. The RFID microchip, the radio frequency identification microchip. The embedded chip and antenna enable consumers to weigh their card or fob over a reader at the point of sale. Some suppliers claim that transactions can be almost twice as fast as conventional cash, credit, or debit card purchases. Because no signature or a PIN entry is typically required for purchases under $25 in the US and under 20 euros in the UK. Research indicates that consumers are likely to spend more money due to the ease of small transactions. MasterCard Canada says they have seen about 25% higher spending by users of its PayPass brand RFID credit cards. So Wikipedia right here proves that you could use the microchip to go ahead and make purchases. Shit is already being done. It's already being done because you have in your debit cards, your credit cards, you already have the microchip inside of there. So it's already proven. And you brothers, you know, you go ahead and read the rest of this on your own. That's just reading the main part right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring in the scriptures, because the main point in this lesson is proving that this chip, it can buy or sell. It can contain your information on there. Okay. It pretty much contain information to where what you see outside of the scriptures, you see outside of this book, how it's playing out to be put into your current life, which is fulfillment of prophecy. It's here before your very face. Because the scripture says, if I'm mistaken, I think it's either in Corinthians or Revelations, we're not caught up or fooled by Satan's devices, man. He doesn't take an advantage of us. That's why the Spirit revealed that through this Obamacare Act with HR 3962, right, that the ship is going to be hidden inside there. Like I said earlier, hidden covertly. Now let's go ahead and go to the scriptures that's touching on this. It's touching on the chip. And make it quick. This is Revelations, the 13th chapter, beginning around the 15th verse. Yeah, at the 15th verse is that. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So we know, according to Daniel, the 7th chapter, you have 4 beasts. The 4 beasts are symbolically representative of 4 ruling empire and kingdoms upon the face of the earth. The first one was the Babylonians. The second one was the Persian Medes, primarily the Persians ruling out that dual rulership. Then you had third, the Greco Empire, or the empire of the Greeks. Then after that, the 4th beast, which is basically this final beast that we're currently with inside to this day right now, was ancient Rome all the way to contemporary modern day Rome, which today is known as the United States of America, EU, the European Union, and NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. This is the modern day 4th beast, the modern day Roman Empire. Same decrees, same statutes, same similar model of a government, a Plato's Republic type government. You had the Senate seat, you had the congressman, you have your figurehead leader, your mascot, your presidents of the U.S. and of other European foreign countries, wherever Esau has his so-called systematic rule set up. Pretty much is right there. It's all here today, man. Today's the modern day Roman Empire. Just it's a new little vibe to it. It's 2013. You got so-called higher forms of technology. Now, pretty much, this fourth beast talking about, and he had power to give life into the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. Talking about basically the lifestyle, the ways, the philosophy, the indoctrinating bringing up here in America, and wherever Esau has his rule upon the earth. What's all within democracy, all the wickedness, all the perversity, all the contradiction to the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments of his holy covenant with the nation of Israel. That's what America is about. Wickedness, basically transgression against his law, sins against his commandments, or breaking his commandments. So it says, that's the image basically, the uphold of Esau's rulership, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And how is that going to be so? Well, when time comes that the global economy crashes, when it all crumbles down here in America, when America either can't go ahead and make the debt ceiling extension no more, make that extension for the time period of extending that them loans from other foreign countries, they can't extend that debt ceiling. So these other foreign countries don't want to deal with America no more. They don't want to deal with trade. They don't want to deal with loaning America valuable items, consumer products, basically leaving America isolated off to die. That's when all hell and chaos is going to pursue. And it's going to pursue in a domino effect, because the whole entire world of nations, all the nations within the world, have a unified international linked government, man. Financial monetary government. You know why? Because through OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, the only way you can purchase oil upon the face of the earth is either by going to Iran, which is not a part of that, and they don't have a larger supply as the consortium that the unified allied group of oil provided countries, the most richest, most abundant oil provided countries, as much as that right there. Iran doesn't produce and extract as much oil as them. Now you got countries in the Middle East, you got countries in Latin America and all that. Only way you could purchase oil is by utilizing the American dollar bill in that process to purchase oil. And if those foreign countries get mad at America and say, you can't pay your debts to us anymore, we're going to stop kicking on your oil and stop accepting your dollar bill. That's going to be a downward spiral to all the economies in the world. So all economies are going to crash. And what's going to be the replacement for the new world currency besides the dollar bill, though, which is the only method of purchasing oil, which oil supplies fuel for automobiles, I believe for planes and all that, if I'm not mistaken. But another crucial thing, with the oil, you can produce the crude oil, which powers a lot of the electrical grid around here in the U.S. and I believe other states as well too. Yeah, it takes oil to be used or to be processed as a form of a fuel for power, for electricity. So once this American economy crashed, as it prophesies of in Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, the book of Ecclesiastes touches on that, how the grinding shall cease, the grinding symbolic of the working here. Then guess what? The crap's going to hit the fan. It's going to be a domino effect of world financial governments crashing, and all hell and chaos going to break loose. And what's going to restore that? We know one thing with martial law. The police state, set up garrisons, rounding up the people, putting them in detention centers, and that's according to prophecy. That's pursuant, I believe, to Revelations chapter 2, verse 10, because it says, "Put as many as shall be put to death." When you read Revelation 13 and 15, you read Revelations chapter 2, I think it's chapter 2, verse 10. Sometimes I kind of get it mixed up with chapter 3. But yeah, here we go. It's Revelations, the 2nd chapter, verse 10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." That's them time in them FEMA camps, man, and them detention centers, where your faith is going to be tried, whether you're going to be for the Most High Heavenly Father, the creator of heavens and earth and all that exists, Yahweh, in the name Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Are you going to fall like a damn mouse and go ahead and give consent to the wicked and being subdued by them and giving them honor and worship by accepting that mark of the beast, that 666 mark of the beast, which I gotta say it again, it's the RFID, radio frequency identification microchip. Because now it's proven, contactless payment, you can make payments with the RFID microchip. Let's not say that as we're about to read in Revelations 15, 16, 17. The prison where you're going to be tried is going to be in those various detention centers throughout America or wherever they have set up at. This is Revelations, the 13th chapter, going back, verse 15. It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or on the foreheads. Now this is where this get interesting. Because this is how we know this mark is referring to this microchip, this RFID microchip. Let me read this again. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor. It's talking about Esau, that's the he. But many refer to the elite bankers, the most superior of the nation of Edom, referring to the so-called elite, the ruling class banking families of the Amalekites, your so-called Jews, starting with the Rothschild family. They're going to go and put their orders out when they get the spiritual go-ahead, the green light from Shaitan, from Satan. And they're going to go ahead and cause all, both small and great. Whether you're a low-level person in society, you're a meager peasant in the eyes of the so-called elite, rather so in the eyes of the Most High, to the so-called great, to the so-called mighty man, to the most wealthiest, to the most strongest, powerful men on earth, physically, monetary, mentally, whoever, man. So it says rich and poor, again the wealthy, and the ones that are privatized, whether you're in a damn trailer park or whether you're in some mansion, all the way on top of a mountain. Free and bond, whether you're in prison or whether you're so-called free, where you're able to roam the streets and go and see a football game, a basketball game, you ever go to the movies, or whether you're stuck in a jail cell, whether you got a curfew inside your cell, or whether you're in down Guantanamo Bay. It says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So what is that mark? We know the Bible, written from the Hebrew manuscripts in the Old Testament to the New Testament, is written in Greek and Latin. And this etymology of translation, that word charagma in Greek, as written for the Greek-speaking Israelites, the Hellenists, that word charagma means cut or an incision within the flesh. I forget the medical instrument they use to insert the RFID microchip. Alright? I forget the medical instrument that they use to insert the RFID microchip. But basically, when it makes that cut or incision within your flesh, which is what the word charagma means, the word mark, aka charagma, means in Greek. When you make it that cut or an incision, what does it do? It cuts to your flesh by piercing inside. It pierces inside your flesh. Alright? So it says to receive a mark in the right hand or in the foreheads. When that medical instrument tool, when it pierces your right hand or your right arm or your forehead, to basically insert and inject that RFID microchip there. Okay, that's for the wicked. You're not supposed to be a righteous person except if you for the Most High, the creator of the heavens and earth. But for the wicked that accept it, that are to be condemned and judged unto death, that's how it's going to be done. That's why the mark in definition is charagma. This is more further proof that the chip is the RFID, that the mark is the RFID microchip. Because you can't put Christianity inside your right hand or your forehead. You can't put a white woman inside your right hand or your forehead. You can't put a sanction and embargo in your right hand or your forehead. Okay? Now read on to verse 17. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Contactless payment, man. That's what an RFID microchip is capable of doing. It's able to make secure payments. Okay? And if you think about it, when you give, if you're wicked and give consent to saying you want the chip, meaning you're going to be destroyed by the force-said to come judgment in Revelation the 14th chapter, meaning you're not part of God's chosen, you're not part of the elect. Okay? That pretty much, when you have your life statement of birth, your birth certificate, it's supposed to have a symbol of stock and the name of a bank, whether you born in the U.S. or born in Canada, that denotes the class of that share. Which basically shows that when you're born here in this corporation called America, or even in Canada, that you're monetary, man. That you're monetarized. That basically you're a damn slave. You have a price on you. All they see you as is a stock and share. Cause why would they have that bank and that share symbol on your birth certificate, on your life statement of birth? A lot of you people don't know or understand that, but you're not free here in this damn place. Even though you've been given the illusion of being free. But pretty much, how you had that on your certificate, you never gave consent, because your mother or your father, more likely your mother, she's the one that signed all the information on your birth certificate, on your life statement of birth. So now when it comes time that the Most High is going to try his men, his elect, as the gold in the furnace of fire, to see if it's purged out as good, pure, righteous gold, you're going to have the rats, the mice that's going to fold, man. Okay, all the jelly bean marshmallows is going to fold. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Verse 18. Here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636, basically 666. That could be with the universal product code, with inside the RFID microchip. But we know it's this man's number. We know it's Esau's number, because when he go to jail, like this one brother, he always makes this example. When Esau go to jail, man, when these devils go to jail, what's one of the first satanic ass tattoos they get imprinted on their body? That number 666 will show you this is this man's number, man. And which like I believe one of the elders said before, that number 666 is spiritually symbolic and representative of confusion, of Babylon the mother harlot. That's what it's supposed to literally mean. In other words, when you have confusion, you have chaos. Chaos and confusion are synonymous. So when you have chaos, the conclusion of chaos, the equation of chaos leads unto what? It leads unto destruction, unto death, and not just by any means, by painful means, man. So if you don't keep the way of the Most High, his holy, righteous, pure, sound way of keeping the commandments, therefore you're what? You're breaking his laws, you're committing sin, you're being destructive. Whether it's against his moral laws, his civil laws, his dietary laws, his set high holy day laws, etc. That's a symbol of wickedness, 666, man. But let me go ahead and go to Revelation the 14th chapter. I'm gonna go ahead and bring to conclusion this lesson, and Lord willing, later on this word too, along the line, if the Lord permits, do more breakdowns on the great insurrection to come, of the move that Esau is going to make into these inner cities, these towns, with its martial law regulations, the police state, bringing in Interpol, possible NATO troops, these Russian foreign troops, perhaps even DHS, and their so-called move towards this new world order. It's supposed a new reformation of the world control, even though it's already in Esau's hands. He's just trying to further in Psalms the 83rd chapter of fighting against the Most High by eradicating the nation of Israel, the Most High's only chosen people, off the face of the earth. So Revelation the 14th chapter, going over to verse, I'm gonna start around verse 7. I'll start around verse 6. It says, "And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people." Real quick, so you people don't get it misconstrued. You think every nation means all ethnicities. No, only the nation of Israel can receive this gospel. That is, if they're among the elect number. If they're of the elect, which number is 144,000 Israelite men, and the 1/3, which is the women and children, the remnant worldwide, or the remnant of Israel worldwide, that are to be brought into the wilderness pursuant to the book of Ezekiel, which is future prophecy after Babylon, America is destroyed. And it's for said to come prophecy of Armageddon, which is World War III. This is Genesis, the book of Genesis, 35th chapter, verse 9. It says, "And God appeared unto Jacob again when he came out of Padan Aram, and blessed him. And God said unto him, Thy name is Jacob, thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And the Most High Power God said unto him, I am the Most High Power Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation," again he's speaking to Jacob, to Israel by the way, Jacob aka Israel. It says, "And the Most High Power God said unto him, I am the Most High Power Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins." So he's speaking to one individual man. He's not speaking to Isaac. He's not speaking to Abraham. He was speaking to Jacob. He said nations are going to come out of your loins, out of your seed line. Genealogies that are nations are going to trace their way back to you, Jacob. And the only sons that Jacob had were the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. So, in a clear understanding, even the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, each individual tribe could be considered a nation within the 12 tribes. You got expansive families within the tribes that could be considered tribes within themselves. Like the house of David could be considered a nation. David's sons and daughters, his offspring, could be considered a nation. To this day, wherever the King David's holy seed line is put forth here in America or worldwide or both, we know King David's lineage is here in America. Okay, but that's, as brother said, that's another story right there. But pretty much, you got out of the nation of Israel, you got nations. So when it said nations right there in Revelation, the 14th chapter, I believe verse 6, that was referring to the nation of Israel as nations, not any other ethnicity, no other race, but the nation of Israel. And those are the only ones who could receive salvation in the kingdom and rulership. Don't get it wrong, you don't have the other nations in the kingdom of heaven, but their duty, their role is going to be partaking in the servitude under the nation of Israel. Pursuant to Revelation chapter 13 verse 9 to 10, Revelation chapter 2 verse 25 or 26 to 29, I believe Isaiah the 49th chapter, etc. So reading on, this is again the 6th verse. It says, "And to every nation and kindred and tongue and people." And that's lining up with the great multitude anyway in Revelation the 5th chapter. And the precept for that, because they're the saints, when you read in Revelation the 5th chapter, that great multitude out of every nation, kindred and tongue. Psalms 50 and 5 lets you know that the saints are the ones that made a covenant with the Most High by sacrifice. And the sacrifice was performed in Exodus the 24th chapter. And it consisted of the nation of Israel. And Moses, the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the Most High, in the name of the Son, the Messiah, as well as Moses was there as a witness to that covenant being fulfilled between the Most High and His people. So reading on, it says, "Saying with a loud voice, fear the Most High Power, and give glory to Him, for the hour of His judgment is come, and worship Him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters." And there followed another, saying, "Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all the nations drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." Babylon's talking about the US of A. Her fornication is her ways, the democracy in this place, all the perverse wickedness. How Ronald Reagan said the Bible was the rock of the land, but in America, the Bible is contradicted damn near, if not on every angle, every aspect, every perspective, in every way, shape, and form. And it's led to the other nations being permeated by the ways of America, by the colonized countries that was subdued by America, in Asia to the Middle East. I mean, thongs, the female so-called underwear known as thongs was popularized here in the U.S., if I'm not mistaken. I mean, come on. You got over there in Japan, which America colonized and subdued Japan, making them their bitch, right? You could go ahead and go to Japan and buy a damn thong in a vending machine. I always bring that up. A little tiny kid could buy a thong in a vending machine over there. Unless you got to use a ID or something. That's for everybody's public perceiving eyes to see. So let me continue. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, is fallen. This is future prophecy how Babylon, the USA, is going to be destroyed by the foresaid come destruction via Armageddon, aka World War III, which is going to consist of the U.S. allied with the imposter Israeli scum rats versus Russia, Iran, and other participating countries are going to ally with Russia and Iran to face off against America. That's going to culminate into the conclusion of a nuclear war, bringing nuclear destruction in various parts of the earth, not the whole entire earth, but various parts of the earth, or whatever country is going to be involved in that war. And it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, is verse 9, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or on his right hand, receive that RFID microchip in his forehead or in his hand, the same should drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High power. Now this wine right here is not referred to philosophies, to a systematic set understanding that's a part of the pollution of the minds of the other nations through the ways of America. This wine cup is referring to judgment, man, which is that World War III. And many other judgments the Most High is going to spiritually cast into manifestation here on earth to judge Babylon and inhabitants of Babylon, to judge America and all the people that uphold this place, and anyone that upholds Esau's rulership upon the earth. So it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine, Salah, of the wrath of the Most High power, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And indignation means justified anger. The Most High has reason to be pissed off, because the first step that these devils took to offend the Most High in this damn wicked place, this wicked cesspool, the Most High, he had right to go ahead and annihilate this place. But the Most High, being a man of his word, to play our prophecy and let it fulfill, let it manifest, and however long length of time it requires, the Most High bear with that, because he's a man of his word. He's not going to go back upon that. Just like when he had the prophet Jonah go out to Nineveh to cast prophecy of condemnation, to cast judgment of condemnation towards that place, they repented. So the Most High had his mercy, which is also another form of the Most High keeping his word. Later on, the Most High still judged them, because later they turned their back against the Most High in a further distant away time from that, after they repented. So the Most High, he's a man of his word. As he said, surely shall come to pass. But there is tokens of mercy that's put out there. Now let me digress and continue. This is verse 10. The same should drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. That wine cup without mixture, you know how you have an alcoholic beverage, you have Patron or whatever, you have some whiskey, whatever little strong drink, and you might have a chaser or something to go with afterwards to take down that bitter aftertaste, or to take away some of the alcoholic effect, to make it not as potent. But the Most High, he's gonna make you drink the whole entire shot, man. He's gonna make you drink all that cinnamon fireball, gulp it all the way down, no shot chaser, no mixing of Coca-Cola and Sprite. He's just gonna have to take it. That's bringing that wrath out without mixture, man. Alright? So that's pouring out wrath, I'd rather say. Going down to verse 11, it says, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So if you accept that radio frequency identification microchip, man, you had a missile stub with your name on it, and that's your ass guaranteed, bar none. You're not supposed to accept it if you're a man of the Lord, that is. Alright? I hope this lesson was edifying, because I just tied in all the points as much as I could, consistently, okay, accurately, the most concise I try to put through, so it can be clarified and dumbed down, simple and easy. That this chip is the mark of the beast, man. This RFID microchip. It's the 666 mark of the beast spoken of. And if you don't get it, you're probably not part of the elect, more than likely, unless you get it at the last minute. Alright? So at that, I'm going to say all praises and glorification is given up to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai. Double honor to the others of GMS, who the Most High has blessed, but honor to receive this sound doctrine, to disperse to us brothers to also further this sound doctrine unto the ears and the mind of the elect. And, salutations and much love to all you fellow laborers out there that are sincere, that are within the spirit of working in diligence, of fulfilling the Most High will by spreading this word, this gospel, this sound understanding according to the Holy Scriptures within the Holy Bible. And the Most High's glory be unto the elect to glorify Him. I say Shalom.